Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm bringing you my first Road to Commander series video, and I am playing on the map Raid. And the gun that I'm using is the Scorpion with front grip and fast mag, I believe. The perks that I have are Ghost, Scavenger, and Dead Silence. Now this is the random class setup that you start off the game with. Now I completely forgot that this was the setup that they give you, and now that I look at it, it's actually a really good class setup. I don't know if in the beginning when the game first came out, I don't know if people thought this was a good setup or not, but I like it a lot. It's a good setup, except for the fact that I don't have it doesn't have tactical mask, which is tactical mask is a must for me. I always have it there. I never play in any games without tactical mask. Unless I haven't unlocked it yet, but as you guys can see, tactical mask is really helpful, especially if the other team is using flashbangs like that guy was. Now in this game, throughout this game, I get hit with flashbangs a lot. Like in this situation right here, I get hit with the flashbang. And, if I had tactical mask, I probably would not have died. So, starting off to a rocky start here. And I wanted to talk to you guys about why the videos haven't been uploading recently. Like I said, I'll do one every day or two every day. And I didn't realize it took a long time for the rendering and everything that has to be done on the videos. So it takes I don't know if it's just my computer or the setup that I'm using, but it takes about an hour or 2 hours to do it. So I figured out the time and everything now, so everything should be running smoothly now. And you guys can expect a video every day. So here we're coming around C, and I wanna talk to you guys about win-loss ratios. Now, what is the highest win-loss ratio that you guys have seen? I wanna know. If you guys can leave it in the comment below. The highest I've ever seen is like a 3.7 or something like that. I'm gonna see if I can get like a 4 win-loss ratio, and I think that's really impressive to go for a mark like that, or to have huge, massive winning streaks. The highest winning streak I've ever been or ever had was 23, and unfortunately for me, ended in a host migration. Now there was lost the connection, and I was really mad at the time because 23 I think it's high. I don't know what you guys think. What's the highest win streak you ever had and what game mode it was on? If you can leave that in the comment, so I can take a look and stuff. But 23 was my highest in domination, and I was upset after it was done because 23 it's a lot, and to lose it like that on a host migration, I think the game should at least do something to keep it. If it's a host migration or something like that, to where that you don't lose your winning streak because of that. I've had a couple. I've been up in like the 17s, 18s. After that, but there's a lot of things that go on that doesn't joining late games and stuff like that. That also ruins it. I believe I was like a 12 game winning streak, and then I joined the late game where my team was getting crushed. I remember, I think it was Plaza, and they were just getting destroyed. Triple cap. They had VSATs, dogs out, and stuff like that. So, those two, lost the connection host, and joining late lobbies is probably the reason why people lose their winning streaks. Which, I think it's not the player's fault or anything like that. So maybe I'm reading too much into the winning streak or whatever, but. I really look at that. The KD is cool. It's something that you kill a death is something that you can say if you're good or not. But your win-loss ratio, I think, really speaks the most, because that means that you play the objective and you play to win, and you really play hard. So if you have a really high win-to-loss ratio, but your KD is bad, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad player. It just means that you play the objective, which is I guarantee you most of the people would rather play with people that play the objective than just people who are just gonna hide back and get kill streaks basically. So People with really high kill to deaths, they tend to have low win to loss ratios. That's something that I have noticed in lobbies that I was playing in. I've seen a guy with like a 3.8 KD, and I looked at his win loss ratio. I was like, okay, this guy might be good. And he had like a .5 win to loss ratio. Now that's really bad if you ask me. But I think he probably rage quits all the time to maintain a high KD, which is if you're gonna be rage quitting and stuff like that just because you want to have a really high KD, then you're not really a legit high KD player. You just if it makes sense, you're just playing against scrubs basically in pub matches. That doesn't mean that you're actually good. Just because you have a high KD and you're playing against noobs all day, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're any good or any better than a guy with a 1.1. So I don't know. That's a really touchy subject. To based on how players play and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, the most of the time, the people that have really high KDs, they just hide and they really don't play the objective. They just make sure that they get the kills and then live off their kill streaks and stuff like that. So most of the time, since I think I'm mostly an objective player. There has been games where I went 15 and 20 and stuff like that, but we won. So I think that's the most important thing. Like I said before, I'm very competitive, and if I'm running out of B and just killing the guy that's trying to grab B every time, I'm gonna do something like that. So it has its advantages and disadvantages to be an objective player, but most of the time I managed to be a good slayer and also be a good objective player, which I think being versatile is something that you have to strive for, especially if you're going to be playing different game modes and stuff like that. You have to know situations and know when to rush, when not to rush, when to just fall back and stuff like that. Especially, if you play competitive against, in game battles or MLG. If you're going to be doing that, you really have to know what you're good at. If you're not, very good in gunfights or running around and trying to get the objective, then you're most likely gonna get taken out by the people who actually do know what they're doing. Now here, my friend is just killing it. He got a VSAT, he got a VTOL warship. I'm over here trying to call him a UAV while he has a VSAT out. And that's one thing I'm really gonna miss out is the kill streaks. Now when you start off, you get your regular UAV, lightning strike, and dragonfire, but the kill streaks is something that I really like getting. I think it's a challenge to get swarm and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm gonna be missing a lot, along with Ghost and Tactical Manscar. Those two things are essential for me. But it's been fun so far. I've been playing a couple of games. I haven't uploaded here yet, but yeah, this is the first game. Game is coming to an end, and the final score was 23-10. So if you liked it, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.